just as UC Health opened its first drive-up clinic for testing. Governor Jared Polis announced the first death in our state from COVID-19. The victim from right here in Colorado Springs. Hundreds are marching now from the Capitol building to the courthouse in downtown Denver. She says many of the protesters are chanting, "I can't breathe." Now, what we do know so far, 3 officers were injured yesterday. We have some breaking news to tell you about out of Pueblo. Police there responding to reports of shots fired in the area of Quincy Street in Colorado. Colorado Springs police are investigating a shooting that happened about an hour ago. There is a large and active police presence at Fountain and Murray just west of the airport. At this time, Murray is blocked off near the Safeway in that area. So far, we can only see 1 car involved. If you are traveling in that area, South Main Street, Highway 227, and South Santa Fe can serve as your alternate routes. 32% voting no. Now, what does this mean? What do the taxes look like? This is a pretty hefty tax on tobacco products. You're looking at a 40 to 62% increase. And now to this. Who says unicorns don't exist? This little cutie is proof that they do. Check this out. Ray is a 12-week-old golden retriever. I wasn't that to the rankings of that, but I was Miss Small Town Minnesota.
Were you sculpted out of butter, Hannah?
I was the princess of
Were you sculpted out of butter?
I was not sculpted out of butter. I was trees at Costco, and I thought this is too soon, but maybe not.
No, that's too soon. Come on, it's not even September.
I'm getting serious.
What is a pirate with a peg leg? What is his favorite restaurant? In your coronavirus coverage, a second wave of new cases may be on the horizon. Hundreds rally at the Bandimere Speedway in Jefferson County, not for a race, but to protest the state's current COVID-19 restrictions. Last night's event was called Stop the COVID Chaos Rally. Prop 113 has to do with the national popular vote. So if it's passed, what does Prop 113 mean for future presidential elections? And with this one, I say there's a lot of what ifs. Now to the latest on the coronavirus outbreak. It remains a threat to health and wealth. The pulse of the U.S. economy is faint right now. Colorado Springs detectives are still working to find those who blocked I-25. So far, 2 of the protesters have been arrested and ticketed. 43 states have a ban on abortions at some point in a pregnancy. 18 states currently have a ban similar to the one that was outlined in Prop 115. To recap, Proposition 115 has failed, and abortions in Colorado will continue to be legal at any time during a pregnancy. Colby, this interstate I-70 just opened throughout that section last week, but it has the potential to close again if these mudslides occur. Right now, I want to make this very clear. This is a spoiler alert for Star Wars fans who haven't yet seen the season finale of The Mandalorian. Look away, go to the kitchen, get your coffee, do something else. People are calling it quarantine 15. You gained 15 pounds in quarantine. Yeah. So when I was trying to put on work clothes this morning and not my elastic waistband pants, I said, this is real.
Oh, yeah.
This is real. For more information, go to krdo.com. Full disclosure, Dickey's Barbecue is an advertiser here on KRDO and is trying to jumpstart their business. By featuring them, this is our way of giving back and supporting our business community as they bounce back. Oh, I could go for some barbecue right now. Well, you know what my producer was telling me this morning? It's National Candy Corn Day. It's such a controversial candy because you either love it or hate it. There's no in between. But did you know if you put the pieces together, it looks like corn? Did you know that? You knew that, Chris? I didn't know that until like 2 years ago. Also, we're talking about Halloween. This is baby Hannah as a skunk.
You're watching KRDO News Channel 13, where the news comes first. Your news starts right now.
Good morning, Colorado. It's 8 o'clock on your Sunday, July 5th. I'm Hanna Knutson. New overnight out of South Carolina, the search is on for a shooter after gunfire erupts at a nightclub in Greenville, killing 2 people and wounding 8 others. It happened just before 2 in the morning during an apparent disturbance at the Lavish. Deputies arriving on scene immediately called for backup after hearing gunfire inside. Authorities located nearly a dozen gunshot victims. They were all rushed to the hospital, and so far 2 people have died. No word yet on the condition of the other victims. Southern Coloradans still celebrating America's birthday with a bang, just in different ways amid COVID-19, and KRDO News Channel 13's Julia Donovan joined in on the fun, all while social distancing. And a reminder to stay safe as you continue to celebrate this weekend. The Colorado Springs Fire Department responded to 2 fires within 24 hours of each other, both started by fireworks. Keep in mind, fireworks are illegal in Colorado Springs and El Paso County. Crews say a shed was destroyed Friday night by a fire started by fireworks. The overhead power lines were also damaged as a result of heat from the fire. Another fire happened when one person set up fireworks inside their vehicle. In the last month, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office says they have had 250 complaints about illegal fireworks, which is around double the amount of calls they got last year. Don't forget, if you are reporting illegal fireworks, you should be calling the Sheriff's Office non-emergency line and not 911. If you decide to sell or use fireworks here in El Paso County, you could face up to a $750 fine and or 6 months in prison. So don't do it. It's not worth it. And across the country, cities small and large celebrated this 4th of July. You're looking at how the Big Apple rang in America's birthday. Oh, beautiful sight there. The nation's capital also put on quite the show with fireworks lighting up the night sky around the Washington Monument and National Mall. A spectacular sight. I fell asleep before I could even see the fireworks, so I'm enjoying it today. Well, here's a live look outside now in Farisita on this Sunday morning. A sunny start. We can see the sun and blue sky over the horizon from our Vero wireless camera, but that could all be changing. Let's check in now with our Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist, Marty Venechinkwe. To continuing coverage now on the call for justice for Elijah McClain. Up in Denver, protesters gathering for a second night in a row. The demonstrations come after the release of selfies showing police officers appearing to reenact the type of chokehold used on McClain during a takedown last August, where he died 3 days later. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos. There is so much more ahead on Good Morning Colorado. Rev your engines because we are still celebrating the 4th in a really big way.